Oh, hey. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have anything planned because I was busy setting up the VR. Hey, how's it going? You're dying? Why? Okay, I have the MetaQuest Pro pretty much set up. Let me tell you, roller coaster of emotions. From a migraine? How are you typing then? But yeah, let me tell you about my VR woes. Oh my goodness. What do you mean classic? Okay, so what an ordeal that I've been going through. It was terrible. Okay, I'm also gonna be eating because I didn't eat at all. To be honest, I did not eat at all because I was working on fixing this. I haven't eaten since yesterday. But yeah, oh my goodness. Let me tell you. So, oh my goodness. So first things first, for whatever reason, it's not magnetic. I had a bunch of like the light blocker, even the normal default ones that come with it, they're not even magnetized. I have no idea why. I said Ronan has Christmas music. Yeah, I dressed up like Rhea from Blue Archive. Yeah, I don't know. So I did little dabs of super glue on the edges, so in case I ever want to take it out, I can. And it's easy to clean up as well. So I did that. The front clasp as well for the gobblers thing was not sticking as well. That was terrible. That was fucking terrible too. I was so upset. I just gave both of the products bad reviews. Because it's just like, I could not stand it. I mean, I think it's working now because I haven't had issues with it since. But I'm gonna keep it there just in case. I don't think it was after. Well, I don't know. It was just, yeah. So maybe what happened was because it was on it was done by air, right? It was flown by air, so maybe it demagnetized. That's what I'm thinking. When it was up because it got flown by air. Maybe, I don't know. So, yeah. I mean, for the most part, it's like all much better now. So, yeah. On my 4 planes, I mean, who knows? There are rare things that can happen. So, yeah. And then, oh my goodness, being told what to do or like on how to set things up as if I knew it was kind of upsetting too. It's like, oh yeah, you just turned this off. I'm like, where do I turn that off? I mean, it's mostly because I was already like triggered by the light blocker and other stuff not working as like intended at first. So there was that. Yeah, you see, I barely shook mine, and the default ones just fall right off. It was terrible. But, okay, so it's not the headset tracker that was being the issue, it's the magnets, whatever. So, yeah, pretty much, I was really upset. I was like, I already missed my 5 Pro I, because, I'm very attached. I was very attached to my 5 Pro I. So, getting all this initial setup was like Oh my goodness. Another thing I was having to deal with was so I was dealing with this issue where like whenever I moved my head around, it was like I was seeing a ghost of everything. Like after effects, you know? But everything covers off and yeah, so the headset works and everything now. I just have to redo all my other stuff. And then yeah. But yeah, what a roller coaster of emotions. Everything's working out there, huh? Oh my goodness. Big thank you to Goomba again. I can't thank him enough. Like, ah, my goodness. Actual help. Basically, what it turned down to was kind of like how Time Next got me this tablet. I need to start drawing again, but I've been so busy with um with map work. Reflect this donation. Did it not update? Where is that at right now? We're supposed to be at 600. Oh, it reset. Can you set it to 650, Val? Oh, you don't even know the command, so it's do you already have the command? Or it's supposed to be like set something, set donut? Honestly, we can change it to like okay, I can just take care of it myself. If I beat you to it. Log in. Give me one moment, chat. Also, while I'm doing this, I guess we're gonna start doing Saturday Havens again. I don't know why this didn't set settings. Commands. So then did that work? It did. So why is it resetting though? Goal setting. Session? Manual. On completion?
Your guys' hump dumpster?
What the heck? Thank you, Yunmi, for gifting Grey Wolf. Because my hair being so bright? Why? Session? Total? Oh, total. Oh shit, why is it fourth? Huh? What is this? Why is it fourth? Hmm? I am so confused. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Goal data source total on completion. Stop. Oh my goodness. Please. Why? Why is this not working? 650 is the total amount. Incrementality. What is incrementality?
Hi, hi.
Thank you again, Yunmi. Mwah. Can I just set it to this? Oh, let's try this now. No? Why do you not work? Okay, there we go. We're fixed. We're fixed. We're good. We're good, chat. We are good. Holy. That's terrible. The VR specifications later? I can do that right now. Unless you mean the commands, then yeah. Let's see. Edit panel. Schedule. Where is it? 5 per line. Meta Quest Pro. I think Box 2.0. You fixed it? Wait, what do you mean you fixed it? I already fixed it. Oh. Oh, not monthly? Okay. So yeah, oh my goodness. My goodness. So it's fixed now, right? Like, even the total amount and everything? That's the current total? Okay. But yeah, oh my goodness. So, yeah, the biggest thing I was dealing with was, it was like I was seeing ghosts of everything. So if I looked at the words, for example, if I were looking at the words menu, whenever I shook my head, I'd see like after effects of the word menu before it moved. It was terrible. It was actually terrible. It was the worst thing ever. I was getting so upset and everything. But everything works now. I just have to, tonight I'm gonna try full tests so I can fix my dongles up and everything too. You never seen that? Well, closing virtual desktop and then reopening it actually fixed it. I'm also eating food, so if I sound quiet, I'm chewing food.
Hi.
Thank you very much again. Yeah, it's so terrible. I'm eating like this beef with cabbage and rice. I don't know what it's called. Don't know what by me. I was probably playing Eternal Return. No, it's not wrapped in cabbage. I gotta make subs real quick. Honestly, I don't even know how to do that. How would I beat subs? Oh yeah.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, your bits feel so big. That's so much. It's overflowing. Is that better? Is that better? Thank you very much again. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like the new area, by the way. People are requesting for like a reverse of the 2 big rooms. So I'll add more, but not in that area specifically because there's no more space. I literally can't do it. Gamba room red? I honestly want to add a Gamba. Okay, I can't say. Okay. There's something on VR chat that VR chat is doing. I wish I could talk about it, but I'm literally under NDA about it. Like, we're not supposed to talk about it. So I really want to talk about it because it Yeah, it's a while back. I don't know when they're going to implement it, but
Hi, hi.
excuse me, Oddity. Thank you for the 45 as well. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Also, if I start coughing, it's because I'm eating and drinking cold juice really fast. But thank you again. Mwah. Get those tacos. I gotta pay off my VR debt first. I spent like 1,000, and then I had to spend $25 on freaking virtual desktop. I thought it was $15. I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, how many more do I have to buy? And then I had to buy one of those 90-degree angles so that I don't actually destroy the USB-C. So yeah, fun. So that was $35 today, just right there. I was like, oh my gosh. It's okay. For that one I have backup funds, but so far the VR is working. I won't be able to stream VR just yet because I have to fix up all the dongles again. I realized me putting 7 of my dongles on my PCI slot that has 7 USBs was not a good idea, so I have to rearrange those again. It's a pretty terrible idea. It's pretty terrible. Now, I will say this. First things first. I'm gonna chew on my food. So, first thing I like. Udemy showed me something really cool that I like to do with the Viper Eye, which is because Viper Eye has pass-through as well, but oh my goodness, the MetaQuest Pro, you can double tap the side and it does pass-through. I like that because I'm oftentimes doing something outside. So that was cool. Second thing, I have to say this. The Quest Pro is, I would say, about 4 times lighter than the Viper Eye. It is actually insane how much of a reduction. It is actually insane how much lighter it is. Because, yeah, Viper Eye, that shit's heavy. And the fact that I don't need a mouthpiece in front of my mouth, actually, is actually really nice, too. So there's that. And then, let's see what else. So, it's lightweight, which is so much better. Do you want a mouthpiece? Yeah, I wanted to made out of bills and such. There you go. There's my baiting for the day. From Mark 1 to Mark 50. I mean, I still have to get used to it, first and foremost. The only thing I don't like is having to have the other controllers in case something happens. Because if I take off that headset, I have to restart virtual desktop. But everything's so fast. So if I understand correctly, basically, you have to, so you turn the headset on, and it starts virtual desktop, automatically connects to your PC. And then you just start VR chat, right? That's it. That's all you have to do. Aside from like space calibrator and shit. Correct? Okay. The only other thing I have to do is I have to how would I recalibrate my Steam play space? Just don't touch it. Cursor will pop up after sleeping. You don't have to? Oh, can I just get rid of it then? Okay. Okay, because I used to use the Guardian system for Steam. Hi Matt, how are you? Okay, so I'll do that then. Tonight I will take this off. Key Pro has Guardian? Yeah, I think I have to re-enable it. And for girl too? Yeah, I like that as well. So that's my only gripe, is having to have the second controllers on hand just in case. But I will say, I think I might be able to add more one more face tracking data again to my what do you call it? To my face tracking, because I will say that face tracking catches a lot more of my emotion, especially if it's catching me like doing stuff that the Viper Eye doesn't catch, especially when I'm Asian. It's pretty nice. Headset on, video launch, Steam VR launch, Space Calibrator, OpenVR C+, and play. Okay. Yeah, so once everything started like working, it was really nice. So I just have to work on fixing my dongles and such. Once that's like all set and fixed, I'm all good. Okay, the only other thing is I do have to do the floor fix still, right? Hi Ju, how are you? Only if it fucks up randomly? Yeah, I used to have to turn everything off auto start because Viper Eye. So in terms of overall experience, compared to Viper Eye, I would say it's a 8 out of 10. So I like it so far, but I have to see how else it is. Like, I have to keep using it. Yeah, it's a lot better than Viper Eye. I will say that. It's very much better. I'm still eating food. But I will say, it definitely feels like I can set up a lot faster now. I literally just have to put my stuff on now, without having to do like black magic. My only other complaint. For the IPD, you have to manually push it? I was like, are you serious? Because the Viper Eye, there's a dial. Also, I noticed I have a lot more FPS now. I am not used to that. But you have to remember, I'm coming from a Viper Eye, which was basically released in 2020. Turn on trackers, turn on headset, open video. Turn on trackers, turn on head tracking. Launchers. Oh. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, I got a new headset for VR. Because my Viper Eye died. It was like, honestly, that's why I hadn't been doing much VR, because I've been trying to fix it for months. So the person I sold it to, man, At least that they got the bang for their buck. They're getting fucking beyond 2E for taking my headset essentially. So good for them.
Yeah, I'll turn you into my little hooker, and I'm going to pimp slap you.
Thank you for 41 years as well. Oddity. I appreciate it. My process: put on trackers, put on headset, open videos, turn on trackers. One by one, see how it opens itself in a way. See. So there's two things I can do. I can finally add more facial tracking to my mouth and hi look and what do you call it? I can't believe it tracks my it can track the power of my headset now, which will actually be so useful. So I'm going to see if I can get that soon. Actually, I can check it right now because I use VRCOC. Huh. I wonder if it'll work. Hi, Shaw. Huh? Hardware stats. No? I thought there was a way to check how much power your thing had though. Index gesture? Extensions? No. I thought you said space cat for a while. Stopwatch. Maths. Hardware stats. GPU. I thought there was a way to see how much power your headset had. Client info. Huh? Instance user counts? Instance user left, user joined. I didn't know that was a thing now. I'm looking at VRCOC because that's what I use for my Pulsoid for controlling OBS through VR, and yeah. No, because I want to make a setting. I want to make something so that it shows me on my arm how much power I have left, if that makes sense. Client info, counter. Why would you have a counter? Access overlay? Oh, is access overlay the one with that? No, I'm using VRCOC. I remember it used to be a thing. Keybinds, medium, pulsoid, stopwatch, maths. No. Hardware stats, maybe? No. There was a way that could track how much power you have on your headset. I just don't see VR stats. Oh, here! HMD battery. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Because for me, it's usually whenever my... Oh, you know what? I have to see how long my headset lasts with the Quest Pro now. Because, okay, so around 5 hours, all my my VR, all my trackers start to die. Here it is. Dashboard visible. FPS normalize. User preset. HMD. I found it. It's called Steam VR Stats. That's what it's called. Yeah, HMD charging, HMD battery. So VRCOC/VR/HMD/battery. Huh. Interesting. HMD battery. Okay. Dashboard visible. So it's a floats. Huh. When dashboard is visible. Oh, so when you're AFK. Okay. Oh, wait, I don't understand. HMD connected. There's no point in user present. There's no point in that if you can just have an AFK detector. In my opinion. Okay, so it's a float. So it's Steam VR stats. That's where I was looking at, chat. That's where I was looking at. But yeah, overall, I like the headset so far. I still have to adjust a few things, but it just comes with time, right? Also, I'm almost done with Aya's full outfit pre-work and giving her a maid outfit and everything. And then I have to do Yumi and Desi's as well. Oh my goodness, I hadn't eaten since this morning, so I'm really hungry. What is that supposed to mean, Hayden? That's so weird. I said I forgot to plug my stuff in as well, so give me one moment. I'm going to do that. I didn't even know where to I don't even know where I'm gonna put this docking station because I just don't have space. Also, I was playing this game called Eternal Return yesterday. I will say it's the first time I've enjoyed like top-down mode. Wow, Hayden, you're so funny. Can we just get like clap emotes in chat? Oh my goodness. Wow, you're so funny. Wow. You cute little bitch. Sorry. That was like super accurate. Someone preg him. But yeah, I actually don't know where I'm gonna put this. I have to clean up my room. Oh my goodness. I really just don't know where I'm gonna put this. Okay, I'll find a spot here. I need light. I can't see. Okay, well, I found one issue. Because I can't remove the light blocker anymore, I can't charge the damn thing. So I have to use the USB-C. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I have a USB-C. I can just use my USB-C to USB-C. It's not an issue. Yeah, you see, okay. I hate that because people are like, oh wait, you're Oh, the docking cable is optional. Right? I don't need the docking cable. Or the docking station. Do I? Or no? Oh my gosh, there's so many fois. I don't know if I can handle them all. Oh, hey, thank you very much for the raid. Hi, Veronica. It's been a while. Sorry, I'm like semi-AFK, but how are you? I believe in you. You can handle them all. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh. There's so many fois.
and Sora as
I don't know
well.
if I can handle them all.
And thank you, Dark, for 49.
Yeah, that's an upgrade.
Thank you for 49 years, tier 3 as well. Hope you've been well. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm just like semi AFK. Just fixing some stuff up. But hey, how's it going? I can handle all of us. Hi, Sora. How are you? Oh, here's my game. What happened, party? Why are you telling that to Sora as well now? Hi, everyone that's joining us. Heading back because it got work? Ooh, take care. Have a wet dream. Smile. Wait, these are only for one controller? Wait. They only give you a cable for like one controller? That's so weird. I actually didn't know that. Why only one? Huh? Using clocks to charge them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't magnetized. One cable on the dock charges the headset. Yeah, but remember I have the thing on? I would have to chip it away. Which is easy. I put it very lightly, so... Why are we talking about docking? The answer is yes. I mean, I guess... Okay, maybe. I do have two USB-Cs, so I can probably just connect it like that. Actually, I have a quick charge. Okay, so my Bass is power bank. I have a quick charge on it. Just use the headset directly. Maybe make it hard for Best Bro. That's true. Okay, I'll be right back real quick. Let me switch it up. I returned. I had a great idea. I had a USB to a USB-C. So I threw that onto my charging hub, and it works. So yeah, I guess I'm not gonna be using the charging dock as much. But beyond that, I just have to do a lot of room cleanup and such as well. But yeah, going back to it, I like it. Also, where I have it charging now is like inside my where I keep all the hubs, so it's safe from like lights and everything. No sunlight and such. So there's that. And yeah. It was because if I remember correctly from what they were saying is don't keep the lens. I'm assuming the VR lens itself, like the inside, from being hit by light, if I remember correctly. Hi Paladin, how are you? Is that correct? Or is it the outside lens you guys were talking about? Because you're not supposed to keep the headset in direct sunlight. I mean, overall, you're not supposed to do that with any headset, but yeah. Deal with sunlight? You mean issues? Because that's what they were telling me. Don't keep it in the sunlight. I mean, I don't to begin with. Because where I put my VR, it's always inside a shelf. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleanup. My goodness. I don't think I'll be able to test it tonight. My VR, because I have to clean up my space a little and move some stuff around. Huh. Okay. I think I'm good for the most part. Due to sun exposure, is the lens damage like talking about like the lens on the outside or the inside? Inside? Oh, okay. Who would even use that in the sun anyways? I mean, people will, but yeah. No more wearing glasses in VR? Oh, you got the VR thing? Some people play VR outside for space reasons? That's so weird. I should have took a shower. I'm all sweaty right now. Or sticky from being sweaty. Because, oh my goodness. There's traffic today. There's always traffic. But today was terrible. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna watch videos. How do I do this? Over here, set this up. Okay, okay. Do I do this? Oh, it works. Katy Perry. Cool. Orlando Bloom. Oh wait, it's both of them. I didn't even realize until just now. I was like, wait a minute. Maybe like this? Okay, that works. And then perfect. Wow. Very amazing. Then I go over here. Make this small a little bit.
Years, Japan has become the hottest new tourist destination. With the yen at all-time lows and everything so cheap over there, tourist numbers are breaking record highs every month. And nobody's more angry about this than Japanese people. People are skeptical of the increasing number of tourists and immigrants everywhere, and one of Japan's most despised clowns has
Look at that guy. Oh my. What the heck is.
exploited this sentiment to turn himself into a celebrity, the face of the anti-tourist movement. His name, Hezuma Ryu. He's famous for screaming and threatening people in public, basically like a Japanese Johnny Somali. A convicted criminal himself, he will do absolutely anything to try to get famous. I mean, in 2020, he live streamed himself going around purposefully infecting people. And that's not even in the top 5 worst things you'll see him do in this video. But now, he's a well-respected elected official with a massive following.
Excuse me? He went from that to an elected official?
Completely reformed his image, all by wandering around the Nara Deer Park every day and screaming at the Chinese tourists who come to feed the deer.
Okay.
But how did we get here? Well, blaming foreigners for everything and wanting to kick them out of the country has always been a part of Japanese nationalism, but right now it's on the rise again under a new name, Japan First. The first Japan First party was started by this guy, Sakurai Makoto, in 2016, and as you can tell, he's a very charismatic man. His entire platform was hating Korea and...
Okay, not gonna lie, all the stuff with like YouTubers and stuff like that only made this worse. At least that's my opinion. Ever since people started using Japan as like...
Get in the covers and make me a mother.
Thank you for 5 subs. What the heck? There's so many. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate it. Mwah. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my goodness. But going back to it, and thank you again, though. Seriously, I appreciate it. Going back to it, though, I don't know. Maybe it's just my perspective. But the whole thing of like making content in Japan by being annoying just because Japanese people are polite. I honestly think that's what kind of started all of this, where people were trying to get famous in Japan for being a foreigner in Japan.
Blaming everything wrong in society on Koreans in Japan. And when someone called him out on his bullshit, what did he do? Yeah, he just accused them of being Korean. Yeah, being Korean in Japan has always been hard.
What the heck? Thank you for the 1,000 bits as well. Mwah.
And I'm just...
I appreciate it. What the heck? Yeah, remember the Suicide Forest incident? Yeah, I feel like things got worse from just there. The guy got jailed in Korea, maybe facing life in prison. Oh yeah, the Johnny Somali person. But in Japan, they didn't. That's the biggest thing. He doesn't deserve it.
talking about recent history, not like anything before 1945. To this day, anytime anything bad happens, you'll immediately see people online speculating that the culprit must have been a Korean. Like, I get Japanese YouTube comments informing me that some of the most embarrassing people I've covered are actually secretly Korean. Yeah, it's basically to the point where the 3 worst things you can be called on the Japanese internet are Korean, bald, and Chinese. And that last one is big. Right now, anti-Chinese content is doing numbers on the Japanese internet. The most popular genre is Chinese tourist abusing deer videos. If that makes you go, huh? I should explain. There's this park in a city called Nara where there are hundreds of wild deer that you can pet and feed, and right now it's filled.
Do you think this reflects in VR chat? Because every time I see Japanese and Korean people, they're always getting along well in VR chat. But maybe it's like I'm only seeing the small portion of it.
Filled with tourists, even more than usual, mainly Chinese. But yeah, this video has a girl labeled Stupid Chinese who's apparently kicking a deer in the head. Now, who would do that?
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't think personally that nationality has anything to do with this, because let's be real. Everyone's a jackass, and if it's not their country.
That. Who would kick a deer? Wait. She didn't kick the deer. She didn't make contact. These are 2 different pictures.
Okay,
yeah, this
dude.
YouTuber just did a lazy Photoshop job to make it look like the Chinese girl was kicking the deer when she wasn't. This is the most popular video in the genre.
I mean, even then, you shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. So there's wrong on both ends. Are open-minded, but younger, more open-minded might be the people you see online more. That's true. That's very true.
Genre with 2 million views, and I didn't see a single comment calling this out. Okay, now this is where Hezuma Ryu comes in. Hezuma was a serious menace to society. He was probably the most hated guy in Japan, famous for getting an 18-month prison sentence for shoplifting after posting a video of himself eating raw fish in the supermarket before paying for it. But now, he had a new purpose in life. He moved across the country, all the way to Nara, to become a deer protector. His plan was simple: patrol the park every single day and stop the Chinese tourists from abusing the deer. Before we go any further, I want to say there is no animal abuse shown in this video, and I didn't think it needed to be said, but I am against all forms of racism.
Okay, not everyone is bad, so I hope he just doesn't attack anyone. Interaction between average people will always be normal compared to the rage rate that flies top everywhere.
Anyways, here is his first big scoop. He's caught a Chinese tourist red-handed, or should I say red-footed, kicking a deer like a soccer ball.
What?
And when he says that, this is what he means? A guy doing shake-a-paw with a deer?
That's not even kicking.
どうしたじゃなくて、鹿の足蹴っとったやろ鹿の足蹴っとったやろ言い訳するんか蹴っとったよなおい蹴っとったよな帰れ調子乗んな警察呼ぶかじゃあこいつが捕まるぞ鹿の足蹴っとったぞこいつが鹿の足を蹴っとったぞ
You didn't even kick.
警察呼ぶんやったらこいつが捕まるぞ警察呼ぶんやったらこいつが捕まるぞあ怖いよ今怖いよじゃねえっちょお前おい帰れ鹿の足を蹴んななめるな
The guy apologized to Hezuma 11 times, and honestly, the deer didn't even seem phased in the first place. He was hard chillin'. But anyways, these videos are very well received. The majority of Japanese commenters agree with Hezuma, and they all use this to say Chinese people should be kicked out of Japan. So yeah, what Hezuma does is look for any tourist interaction with a deer that looks bad and uses it as an example to scream at them. And believe me, he's just getting started. Here, Hezuma claims this woman hit a deer with a water bottle. The only problem is I don't even know if she makes contact with the deer, and if she does, she's just giving it a little boop on the snoot. Yo, who put that in the script? The guy feels threatened by Hezuma, so he calls the cops. The police arrive and they immediately see through Hezuma's lies. They order him to apologize and delete his footage. Instead, he uploads the footage online, which resulted in the Chinese couple suing him for defamation. Yeah, he eventually had to delete the video, but Hezuma's plan was working. He was getting a lot of attention, and he knew just how angry people could get when it came to deer. He remembered this incident from 2020 where someone bragged about doing something absolutely vile to a deer. Seriously, what kind of psychopath would do this? Oh, it was Hezuma himself. Yeah, before he became the deer protector, Hezuma was known for being the deer terrorizer. Hezuma knew exactly how to piss people off, and it always involved the Mentos Coke challenge. What he would do was stalk and then ambush.
What year is this? What year is this? That he's doing
famous YouTubers in real life.
Excuse me?
Then he'd scream at them, ordering them to do the Mentos Coke challenge for him.
What a jackass.
He would keep following them and pestering them over and over, sometimes even for hours, until they got away by going to the train station, getting into a taxi, which he'll still follow for as long as he can, or in some cases, going to the cops. Thankfully, the police put a stop to it, which works for about 15 seconds. In one case, Hezuma spent 6 days straight lurking at the convenience store outside the house of the biggest YouTuber in Japan just so he could ambush him. I can't emphasize enough how much Hezuma is hated by every single person.
This guy has nothing left to lose. He really has nothing left to lose. That's why.
That has the misfortune of interacting with him.
Excuse? Oh my gosh. She's crying. Oh my. That reminds me of the person that started crying because Trump got elected. And they were like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this happened.
But it wasn't just streamers he would do this to. Hezuma would also force the Mentos Coke challenge on unwitting homeless people in the middle of winter.
How can people support this? This is insane. It's kind of weird seeing that there's homeless people in Japan. But I imagine that they tend to try to move them out. Or just hide them in plain sight. I don't know. It feels bad. It's like every country has this issue. Did you hear that laugh? That literally is the person with like nothing left to lose.
After he's covered the poor homeless man and everything he owns in coke, he follows him around and laughs at him for another 10 minutes. This is literally just assault. He's just assaulting homeless people for content.
Japan's got to do something about this. Like, oh yeah, off topic. The Keeper's battery life is like an hour and 30 minutes, $60. I'm using a Bastius Pro. So, yeah. Mine might be a lot longer because, yeah. Non-clean extra batteries? No, I have a Bastius Pro. So my Viper I uses it would last about 4 hours. So I imagine this one will be a lot longer because, yeah.
He uploaded these videos without censoring their faces, but
Also, they should learn. Oh my goodness, who was it? It was the one in the Philippines that got like about. I forgot how many years they got. It was the Russian guy, YouTube. He was in the Philippines, and they jailed the guy and like sent him to prison. The YouTube channel Live, where I'm from, has a good couple of videos of homeless in Japan. I'm kind of curious to see how they deal with that.
by the way. But would you believe me if I said...
Because even where I live, I feel like the homelessness got even worse. But I don't know if it's because of the previous administration or because of this. Here are some news officers there too.
This wasn't even the worst thing he's ever done. This is Chomage Kozo, a group of kids that run a...
In Japanese culture, pagans are really frowned upon, so homeless don't even ask you anything, just sort of chill in the utopia. Oh, so they pretty much like, if you do something kind for them, then pretty much, yeah. Because I know they're having issues with homeless teenagers, which is pretty big in... Where? I forgot where. I don't think it's Shinjuku where they're having this issue. There's a place where there's like a lot of homeless teenagers, and that is insane. They also leave themselves without police escort because they're really nice. The homeless people here, they're super aggro. It's like trying to go to Stormwind through whatever place with PvP on, and you don't know when a horde person will come out of nowhere. It's just like, yeah, that's how it is where I live. I recently got 10,000 battery like this week at like 7 hours. So you get 7 hours for a 10,000. Let me look at my baskets with that thing. And put music on. Let me see. Amazon. And power bank. This music's so loud. Orders. So you had 10,000? Oh, mine is 20,000. So I think my battery might be good. Yeah, I have a 20,000. Mobile VR M3 headshot? Oh, is it the one that like you can switch the batteries out? I saw that. For me, I kept my old one. I saw a list for people near Famous Prospect by the bridge. Near the station, they were really said that even asked one of them for directions. Gave them like 1,000 notes to take an E5 that. Yeah, for me, I will say I don't really like talking about it because even talking about it right now, I feel so dirty about it. But whenever homeless people ask me for like money, I normally won't give it to them because I'm gonna be honest, most of them do drugs or use the money to like buy more drugs or alcohol. But if they ask me for food, I will literally stop what I'm doing, ask them, are you really hungry? And usually they'll respond with yeah, and I was just like, I had one case, I was going to Wendy's and he just asked me for food. I was like, you hungry? It's like, are you that hungry? He's like, yeah. I told him, it's like, okay, let's go order food. I bring him up to the front with me after, even though I already ordered my food. And then he makes his order, and then I just said, "Oh, also make that a large with everything." So, if they ask for money or if they ask for food, I don't mind helping them out because starving is like one of the worst feelings. If not one, is the worst feeling ever. So if they ask for food, I'm okay with that. I will I got finessed one time where someone took advantage of that, and I can't argue. I asked the person, "You hungry?" It's like, "Yeah." So we went to the supermarket. He ordered a fucking large fish for $37. I said if he's hungry, just order what he wants. So he took advantage of it. He got a large fucking fish with rice and everything. It was cooked and everything. So it's like, damn, well played, well played. I can't argue. But yeah. Back to this.
On a very famous YouTube channel. In 2023, Hezuma, who was 32, tracked down this kid, Namazu, who was 13 years old, and followed him home from school.
Okay, that's some weird. That is so odd to track a 13-year-old.
やってきたぞ。ちょっと待ってもらっていいか。ナマズやってきたぞ。今一人。ちょっと待って。俺も変なことはせん、絶対に。
I won't do anything strange, I promise. It's the most suspicious thing he could ever do right there.
Hezuma confronts this 13-year-old kid and berates him for not replying to his DMs.
俺会いたかった。だって DM 返してくれんやん。Twitter でコラボしたいっつっても。
This isn't scripted or anything. The kid is legitimately afraid of Hezuma. Also, Hezuma uploaded this uncensored, which led to the kid's city and school being identified.
Are you? Are you?
挨拶だけお願いします。挨拶お願いします。挨拶。君たちは有名になりすぎた。有名になったらこういうこともある。
Where I'm from, this would get you put on some sort of registry. But honestly,
For real?
I think the kid handled it pretty well. I mean, as well as a 13-year-old can handle a 300-pound middle-aged man out of jail on probation following you home from school. And this happened in 2023. Hezuma
Excuse me?
soon realized that his talent for screaming at people was wasted on homeless people and children. He could get way more views if he just screamed at tourists. Not only that, maybe he could even exploit his image as the deer protector to get on Nada City Council. There was just one tiny little problem. The deer don't need protecting. Don't take it from me, here's Nada's Parks Department saying they don't have any reports of tourists hitting deer, and more tourists get injured by deer than vice versa. Think about it, there are around 40,000 tourists to Nada Park every day, and Hezuma's there every day too. If even 1% of tourists were doing bad things to the deer, shouldn't Hezuma have tons of examples? He wouldn't have to freak out over a woman touching a deer with a water bottle or a guy doing shake-a-paw with the deer. No, the biggest threat to deer is not tourists, it's cars. It shouldn't be a surprise that chilling in the middle of a city and living off an
There's no way. There is no way.
unnatural diet of hundreds of rice crackers a day would be bad for wild animals. Those crackers cause the incidents between humans and deer. When you're holding them, the deer get super aggressive. I've experienced this firsthand. I remember having like 15 deer chasing me around all at once. It was a little scary and I'm a big guy. So why did Hezuma's message resonate with so many Japanese people? Take this footage of actual deer abuse Hezuma.
Okay. I just put it out there. Some people, they just want to be racist. They don't care about what he's saying. They just use him as like a channel to be racist and shit like that.
Took, for example, an old man nonchalantly kicking a deer in the head. But would it surprise you to hear that Hezuma just stole this video from someone? By now, of course it wouldn't, but yes, this was filmed by a Taiwanese woman who labeled the man as Japanese, which makes sense. I mean, frankly, this guy looks a little old for international travel. When confronted with these facts, what do you think Hezuma said? Maybe you'd expect him to say something like, yeah, you're right, he does live in Japan, but
He doubled down.
he's secretly Chinese.
Excuse me?
Yes, that's exactly what he said, actually. Believe me, this strategy is really effective. The most famous deer abuse case happened in 2024, with this guy just walking down the street and kicking every deer he passed by. Everyone in Japan immediately claimed with no evidence that this guy was Chinese. But upon closer inspection, there's a good argument that this guy's Japanese. He appears to be speaking Japanese, he's got his house keys on his belt, and the shirt he was wearing is some niche fashion brand from Tokyo. I saw a comment that was like, why did we think he was Chinese in the first place? And the reply was, well, Chinese are the ones who kick the deer.
Excuse me? They gotta stop this before it gets out of hand.
This is the pattern. There's a cycle of Japanese people assuming that a Japanese person would never do something bad. Then they witness a Japanese person doing something bad, so they come to the conclusion that the person must not be Japanese. On the other hand, Hezuma will call out foreigners for doing literally anything. Charge your phone at an outlet? You mean electricity theft, criminal scum? Sit in a chair? How dare you? That was a chair for children. Using his new deer protector persona, along with some other random nonsense, Hezuma actually managed to come in third place in the 2025 election and got elected to the Nara City Council on July 20th.
That is crazy. They actually support this guy. Wait, there's a white guy there. Come on. You know this guy's...
But would it surprise you to learn that Hezuma the city councilor wasn't all that different from Hezuma the YouTuber? One of his main issues was that he claimed Chinese people had already bought up most of the fresh water in Wakayama, and we can't let that happen here in Nara. But then the head of the waterways department in Wakayama came out and completely called him out on his bullshit and said that hasn't happened at all. And now, instead of yelling at YouTubers in his first city council meeting ever, he's gotten in massive trouble for screaming at the mayor. Stop! And of course, he's still doing his deer thing, but thanks to new AI technologies, he doesn't even need to go to the park anymore. He can just make up pictures of Chinese people riding on deer.
Oh my.
Hezuma's actions have not gone unnoticed.
AI's mistake.
Noticed in nearby Asian countries. He's personally raised the temperature of anti-Japanese sentiment in China to the point where Chinese tourists to Japan are explicitly warned about him before they travel to Nara.
Oh.
Of course, only pissing off China wasn't enough. A few months ago, Hezuma made up this story about a Korean guy feeding a deer a spicy green pepper. I'm sure you don't even need me to debunk Hezuma anymore, but I mean, come on, bro. The picture he posted of the pepper was taken on pavement. Korean press picked up on the fake story, so he deleted the tweet, of course, but naturally, Korean people were not happy with the slander. So yeah, Hezuma has done legitimate damage to international relations between Japan, China, and Korea. The worst part is, Hezuma doesn't even care if what he's putting out is true or false, he's just promoting his own brand. And unfortunately, it's worked. Hezuma's claims about Chinese people kicking deer are now being parroted by the LDP, Japan's ruling party. And they've already started passing anti-foreigner legislation cracking down on the biggest troublemakers, PhD students and entrepreneurs. Anti-foreigner views have gone mainstream to the point where a growing number of Japanese people don't want any foreigners at all. The complaints are that foreigners drive up crime and overstay their visas while hogging public resources. So I looked up the data. Crime committed by foreigners is down. In fact, foreign residents actually commit fewer crimes per capita than Japanese people. Regarding visa overstays, they're already extremely strict and the system seems to be working. So why did Japan increase immigration in the first place? I'm sure I don't need to remind
That's because there's just more people.
Their population is aging and shrinking. Elderly people made up 10% of the population in 1985, 20% in 2005, and now it's 30% and still climbing. Sectors like elder care and construction already heavily rely on foreign workers to keep services running. By 2040, Japan is projected to need 570,000 more care workers. Without them, millions of elderly Japanese people will end up underserved or outright neglected. Foreign workers were Japan's solution to this glaring problem. Japan's tourism industry is also really important. It's one of the few bright spots in their shrinking economy. Today, around 8% of Japan's economy is tourism, an industry supported by over 6 million employees. And Nara is even more dependent on it. Their city's economy is over 12%.
So he's literally just making a reason. There's not even a reason. He's just actively destroying Japan, actually.
Tourism. So if Hezuma got his way, he would devastate Nara's economy. Before we wrap up, I have a word for my Japanese viewers who may support Hezuma. No judgment, some of my friends support him too. They say, Japan should put Japanese people first. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with wanting your government to take care of Japanese people. There's nothing wrong with
the fucking United States is doing this as well. There's the right way and wrong way to do things.
wanting safety and security. You don't want immigration, you don't want tourists, that's your right. You can shut the door if you want. But the real question is that the right call? Will it actually make your life better? I mean, I get it. You're just going about your day and there are annoying tourists everywhere nowadays. But let's be honest. Will kicking out immigrants raise wages, fix the weak yen, boost birth rates, or fill your labor gaps? Will it cut crime? Will it make your life even 1% better? Over 10 years ago, I visited Japan for the first time and fell in love with it. Fairness, kindness, politeness, those are the parts of Japanese culture that people admire. So if those are your values, do you think it's fair or kind to judge the 99% of immigrants who study, work, pay taxes, and contribute to your society by the 1% who do stupid or harmful things?
Exactly.
If you judge immigrants by the worst 1% you see on TikTok, how would you feel if the world judged Japan by the worst Japanese guy? For example, I don't know, Hezuma?
True.
Hezuma doesn't represent Japanese culture. He has no culture. He's uncultured. But he's Japanese, right? Do you want your whole country judged by his actions? Nobody would argue that people who go to Japan and do stupid stuff shouldn't be punished. If anyone, Korean, Chinese, or Japanese, abuses a deer on purpose, they're a psychopath and they should go to jail. I understand wanting to protect your country and your heritage, but don't do it for Hezuma. He's only in it for Hezuma. Do it for yourself. Make the choices that you think will make your life better. All right, hey, we're at the end, and I really want to thank my subscribers. You guys might have noticed that recently I've been making longer videos and taking longer to make them. These videos take a lot of work. It's not like I enjoy sitting.
Yeah, the guy is insufferable. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see. More videos, more videos. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Wait. What? Former AV star explains Japanese crime, how she survived prison?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. We're gonna watch this.
福田さんに脅されたことはあります。お客さんのふりをして連絡してくるんです。買いたいんでお願いしますみたいな。怖いお兄さんが2人ぐらいいて、堅気でしょって誰の許可を得てやってんのみたいな感じになるので、いや別に誰の許可も何もないんですけどね。
Who gave you permission to sell?
The following is an interview with Aizawa Moe, a former AV star who just got out of prison after 7 years for distribution of controlled substances. At her peak, she made over $200,000 in 5 months. I had the privilege of hearing her life story, how she got into AV, how she turned to using and later dealing, how she got caught, and how she ultimately turned her life around.
Oh.
で父親は、私両親が沖縄なんですけれども、沖縄で寿司屋をやっていて、で友人の借金の保証人になってしまって、それで、借金背負うことになり、店を畳み、で、東京で出てきて、海外で出稼ぎをしなきゃいけない生活をして、なんとか家族を守ってくれたんですけれども、その父親だからこそやっぱやりたいことがあるんだったらやらせてあげようって言ってくれたと思うんです。でも結果私がこういう風になって、捕まるまでに至って、学校のクラスメートとかとあんま馴染まなくて、男女共学なんだけれども、2年前ぐらいから、共学になったところで女子がすごい少なかったんですよ。で男子校が、共学になったってところで、
That sounds like a recipe for disaster in its own way.
私はそこはもうすごい楽しそうだなと思って、本当にそんなハーレムみたいなとこあると思って行ったんだけど、逆に女子が少ないから友達になれる子が少なかったんですよね。そしたらやっぱつまんなくて学校行かなくなっちゃって、で地元の友達と遊ぶようになり、そうすると学校もつまんなくて行かない。で行かないんだったらやめなさいって親に言われて、じゃあやめますかねっていう風になりました。はい。
What did you want to be, when you grew up?
将来は、
A
子供の
manga
頃は本当
artist.
漫画家さんと
Cute.
かなりたかったです。絵描くのが好きだったので。だけど、小学校のね、3年生ぐらいの時に、自分の近所の近くで、家の近くでドラマの撮影してたんです。日本のドラマで中山美穂さんっていう方がね、出てるドラマなんですけれども、そのドラマの撮影をしてて、で雪の降るシーンだったんですけど、それ全然冬とかじゃなくて、今はどうやってるかわからないんですけど、当時はものすごい大掛かりで、もうクレーン使ってこうなんか雪のなんか出すなんだろう、あれ使ってこうボーってやってこう上からも降らして、なんか洗剤みたいなすごい降らして泡々になってるみたいなのを。
Wouldn't that? Okay, not to digress. Wouldn't that just like soak the actors instead of like it being actual snow? I don't know.
一生懸命片付けてって、その中で俳優さん女優さんが演技をするっていうシーンを目の当たりにして、なんてすごい世界なんだろうと思って憧れたんです。で、私は女優になりたいと。で、父親に話してっていう感じで、さっきのね話ですけれども。
What a good,
はい、
what a
養
good
成所に行くことになりま
father.
した。
Oh my goodness.
最初は養成所に入っていたので、子供の頃は養成所に入ってお芝居とか歌とかダンスとかを習います。その間になんかちょっとしたね CM のエキストラだったりとか、本当になんか舞台とかでちょろっとセリフを言わせてもらうとか、そういう仕事、再現 VTR の中にちょこっと出てくるとかっていう仕事をやりながら、14歳ぐらいまでやりました。で、18歳ぐらいの時にまたもう一度やりたいなって思って、でもう一度芸能事務所の方に入って、そこから、もう18とかかなだったので、レースクイーンの仕事とかをさせてもらうようになり、またそこからつながっていくっていう感じですかね。
Settle down, Chad.
レース
Settle
クイーン
down.
やってモデルやってっていうのが25、6ぐらいまで続いたんですけど、どうもやっぱ鳴かず飛ばずというか、うまいこといかない。自分が思ってるようには、女優になりたいっていう夢がもともとあったので、そこに行きたいけど全然そういうことにならないし、て悩んでた時に、うちの事務所がモデルも普通の芸能モデルというかタレントもいるんですけれども、アダルトの女優も抱えている事務所だったので、それでなんだろうな、その女優さんたちと顔を合わせることもすごい多いんですよね。一緒に営業に行ったりとかオーディションに行ったりとかするんですけど、その子たちはすごく綺麗で可愛くて、で性格も良くてね、で輝いて見えたんです、私には。なんかこう今度撮影だったりとか、映画決まったとか写真集出したよって話を聞くので、なんか素敵だなと思ったし、その子たちのおかげで自分が感じてたアダルトの世界っていうのがちょっとイメージ変わったんですよね。もっとなんかこうなんだろう、ダメな人って言い方おかしいですけど、もうちょっとなんかこう暗いイメージだったんですよ、やっぱ全体的にアダルトのイメージって。でも全然そんなことなくて楽しそうだなって、私もやってみたいなって本当に思ったので、当時のマネージャーに相談をして、私もちょっともういい年だし、そういう脱ぐっていう方向も考えてもいいのかなって相談をしたら、マネージャー的には、いやでも確かに仕事は増えると思う、今の状況だったら。だけど、その中出れなくなる媒体もあると。脱いだことによって、今じゃ再現 VTR とか夜のバラエティとかちょこちょこ出れてるけども、地上波がまず出れなくなるから、そこは考えた方がいい。
Wait, is that like still frowned upon today? Because, or does the United States have similar things like that? Where if you're in like AV and stuff like that, you're not able to be on mentioned? Or maybe a difference in culture? I actually don't know.
でもその代わり出れる媒体も増える。そこは本人がどうしたいかによるから、俺らはそれは決めるまで待つよと言ってくれたね。割と情のあるプロダクションだったんじゃないかなと思います。なんかいいよいいよやりなよみたいにお金儲けの方に走る状態じゃなかったので、
That's good.
ありがたいなと思ってます。
And he told her
Is this when
away
you got
and think
into
about
V
it.
cinema?
はい。
Can you explain what that is?
V シネマというのは、日本でいうといろいろ種類があって、 ヤクザとか反社会勢力の話、またはエロの話みたいな風に大体分かれると思うんですけど、私はやったのはこっちのエロの方ですね。エロセクシー路線の方の V シネマで、一応ドラマとしてあるんだけれども、まあ、脱いだり絡んだりするシーンが必ずあるというビデオの方の主演が決まりました。まず最初にその段取りとしてはグラビアでまず脱ぎ、 V シネでまず脱ぎ、最終的にはアダルト女優にっていうもうこのプランができていたので、そのようになりましたね。
Did you have any reservations about doing V cinema?
それは躊躇はなかったんです。やりたいって気持ちの方が強くて、
So she
主
wasn't
演
really
で
forced
映像を
into
撮
it.
りましょうってことが今までなかったので、やっぱり惹かれてしまったというか、魔力じゃないですけど、
Oh, well, for
そこで
teaching.
脱ぐ
Yeah, that
の
one I can understand.
実際現場を目の当たりもしてなかったっていうのもあるかもしれないし、自分で V シネマをちゃんと見たことがなかったです。それなのに、なんかこう自分の中だけでね、主演がやれるんだってなっちゃって、面白そうだなって脚本ももらって、これ面白そうだな、絡みの部分はなんとかなるだろうと思ってやりますと言いました。躊躇はなかったです。そのやる前はやって撮影して、こういうことは言いたくないなとかはもちろんありましたけど、要求は
Okay,
さ
this is
れ
more
る
like a
し、こういう
documentary. I'm gonna be honest. I try to watch this another time, but it's not something I can fully focus on. It's a good story though, so far from what we're seeing. Okay, what time is it? Also, school system are broken. Yeah, okay. School system sucks as of late. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. What is this? Hester Buffs? 1917? What is the song? All these see you. Wait, I want to watch this too. We're changing the video.
This is the CEO of the parent company of Trader Joe's and Aldi. He has just finished work and is heading home for the day. Parked next to him is a Mercedes 280, the same model his boss is driving. But it appears to be someone else's car. His boss left earlier anyways and should long be home by now. What he can't see is that his boss is tied up in the back seat, just 3 meters away from him, gagged and held at gunpoint. He has been kidnapped, and this really is his car. This, right here, is the beginning of the biggest kidnapping in German history. The man in the backseat is Theo Albrecht, one of the 2 brothers who founded the global discount supermarket chain Aldi and one of the richest people in Europe. At this point in time, Aldi is already taking over Germany. Soon, it'll conquer the world. Theo Albrecht and his brother will forever change the way people do grocery shopping, how much they spend on it, and how supermarkets work in general. But right now,
I've been to one Aldi, and it's just like it feels like an empty warehouse with just stuff laying around.
he's not thinking about business.
Not like a
He's
bad
thinking
thing.
about staying alive.
Oh damn.
Reißt die Zelt ab, spatz wie im Eiltempo. Einmal die Welt von unserem Wuppertal.
I didn't know Aldi was German either. Because my grandmother used to like it so much. She's like, oh, can we go to Aldi? Can we go to Aldi?
This is Theo, and this is his brother Karl. They're the Albrecht brothers. Their parents own a small grocery shop in the West German city of Essen. It's small and simple. The brothers grow up helping out where they can, but it's a tough time for selling groceries, or anything really. There was the hyperinflation in 1923, the Great Depression of 1929, Germany bombed to rubble in 1945, and the currency reform of 1948. Most Germans are broke and hungry. Theo is in his mid-20s when he and Karl take over the family shop. They know they have to be smart to make it through these difficult times. In this bare-bones store, the two will develop a set of principles that will revolutionize the concept of supermarkets as we know it.
Oh? Hi, oh my goodness, welcome back.
This is Hannah. She's in her early 20s and from another West German city called Dusseldorf. She comes from money, and right now she's head over heels in love with this guy. He's a bit older, as in almost 30 years older. A lawyer with a firm in downtown Dusseldorf.
Wait. Did I hear that right? I hear
Old comes from money, and right now she's head over heels in love with this guy. He's a bit older, as in almost 30 years older.
3 or 30?
With this guy. He's a bit older, as in almost 30 years older. A lawyer with a firm in downtown Dusseldorf.
Damn.
He too is rich. He drives flashy cars, takes luxury vacations, and somehow always wins at the roulette table. Well, almost always. The other day, his luck ran out. He had to borrow 300,000 Deutsche Marks from Hannah, but that's not going to bother her tonight. Tonight they'll enjoy themselves at a ball. Hannah will have this photo framed and put up in her bedroom. She has no idea it'll go global just a few months later.
What? Why?
Interpol will use it for their manhunt to bring down the mastermind behind Germany's most high-profile kidnapping.
Oh!
Hannah's big shot lawyer boyfriend is called Heinz Joachim Ohlenburg, and right now he's got a
Okay,
problem.
that's a bit of a plot twist.
He and his partner just kidnapped one of the richest men in the country, and they have absolutely no idea what to do next. To be fair, it's their first kidnapping. Also, Ohlenburg's day job is entirely different. He forged his high school diploma to get into law school. He's been divorced twice and keeps having affairs with young women. These days, he's representing pretty shady clients, loan sharks, small-time crooks, and professional criminals. Now he needs cash, lots of it, and fast. 700,000 Deutsche Marks. He owes not only Hannah a couple of grand, but also a few relatives and even 2 serious felons. One of them is this guy here, Diamond Paul. His real name is Paul Kron. He's a trained car mechanic by day and a safe cracker by night. He breaks into banks and department stores and snatches their cash deposits. He got caught once and did a few years behind bars. He swore he was done with that life when he got out, but he still has that one dream. A house on the Spanish Mediterranean coast. He even has a name for it, Casa Paulo. The land is already paid for. Now he just needs the money to build it. But his day job pays less than 2,000 Deutsche Marks a month. That is not going to cut it. The kidnapping was his idea. One last job, and they go off-grid forever.
One last job.
The morning after the kidnapping, they don't know where to stash their millionaire, so Paul spent the night with him in his garage, with Theo Albrecht tied up and blindfolded next to him in the passenger seat. Albrecht's wife already knows. They called her the night before the kidnapping. They promised her husband would come back unharmed as long as she stayed quiet. No cops, no press. Now they just need to figure out what to do with him. First, they need to bring him somewhere safe, quietly, so that no one will recognize him. But how do you move a hostage without anyone noticing? They weigh their options. A wardrobe trunk? Too small. A broom closet? 6 weeks delivery time. Roll him up in a carpet? That could work. Ohlenburg heads out to get one. 2 by 3 meters. Kron stays in the car with Albrecht. They agree to meet at a quiet road where they can safely transfer Albrecht into a Volkswagen van. The plan is to make him sit on the rolled out rug and wrap him up like a burrito. It all starts with this. Butter.
What?
Post-war Germany is a country in ruins. Food is scarce. Butter is a luxury. So the Albrecht brothers do something unusual. They sell their butter at cost, without markups and profits, sometimes even at loss. But word spreads quickly. There's no cheaper butter in town than at the Albrecht shop. Butter becomes their draw.
Oh, so everyone else buys, right? They buy
Other
everything
Albrecht
else.
lost leaders are bread, margarine, milk, flour, potatoes, pasta, soap, and toilet paper. They're everyday essentials at unbeatable prices, and once customers come in for those, they are likely to also spend money on other products.
Yep, there it is.
The plan works out. Before long, the Albrechts open one grocery store after another. Within just a few years, they're running 30 supermarkets across the greater area.
Damn.
While scaling, Aldi keeps it old school. A lot of paper, a lot of folders, tightly managed apartments. If only they could have run on Odoo, the all-in-one management platform. Instead of isolated software,
For real,
tons
I
of
bought
individual
30.
applications and lost files, Odoo lets you manage all aspects of business in a central hub. And if you're still hesitating, Udu's website app is the perfect launchpad. You can create a website in just 4 steps. Use the drag and drop builder to create a custom site in minutes. Personalize your text.
Yeah,
and
you
choose
do.
the
We can
perfect
watch
font.
more then.
Drop in your own images or grab some from the free Unsplash library. Easily add animations, adapt your layout with the grid system, and customize your backgrounds with shapes and gradient filters. Start using Udu's website app for free today. Your first app is free for life, including unlimited hosting and support, plus a free custom domain name for a year. Add more apps anytime and get access to the full suite from just 19.90 euros per month. Click the link in the description to get started. Olenberg and Kron are looking for a place to hide their kidnapped millionaire, in broad daylight in downtown Dusseldorf. The first idea is Olenberg's lawyer's office, but it's located on a busy street right in the city center, just off the central station. Getting Albrecht out of the car and into the building would mean walking him across the sidewalk, blindfolded, so he doesn't see where he's taken and by whom. He could shout. People could notice and get suspicious. The second idea is Olenberg's grown-up daughter. She lives only a few blocks away. They could hide him there and have her move into the lawyer's office for a while. But that's probably a tough sell. Her father has never visited her apartment, not even once, and now he would just show up with a kidnapped millionaire. So, back to the first idea. Unfortunately, Albrecht doesn't fit in the rug. What now? The hostage himself ends up pitching in. He promises to cooperate and not cause trouble. Olenberg and Kron agree. They take off the blindfold, tape his eyes with skin patches, and give him a pair of shades. Then they walk him across the sidewalk to the building. But there's another problem. The office is packed with staff and clients who've already been waiting a while. So Olenberg shuffles everyone into back rooms so that Kron can sneak Albrecht through the hallway and into Olenberg's private room. He usually reserves it for secret dates with his younger girlfriends. The room is a cramped 4 square meter alcove. They sit Albrecht down on the bed. Then Olenberg goes into full gear to clear the office, rushing through client meetings and sending his staff home early. They don't mind. Hanna is worried, as usual. Not because she thinks her boyfriend is a kidnapper, but because she knows he's a womanizer, constantly chasing younger women. But tonight he comes home from work on time. There's nothing special on the evening news, no mentions of a missing tycoon. Mrs. Albrecht seems to have gotten the message. No police and no press.
Das ist Rentner Hugo Bansimmer. Wir fragten ihn in seiner Wohnung, warum kaufen Sie bei Albrecht?
Did you see the subtitle? Look. Oh my goodness. All times is different.
Mrs. Albrecht seems to have gotten the message. No police and no press.
Das ist Rentner Hugo Bansimmer. Wir fragten ihn in seiner Wohnung, warum kaufen Sie bei Albrecht?
Wissen Sie, wenn man Rentner ist, muss man mit dem Pfennig rechnen. Und ich kaufe bei Albrecht ein. Ich kaufe dort immer ein. Man bekommt mehr für sein Geld und ich kann mir hin und wieder eine Pulle extra leisten.
Kaufen Sie bei Albrecht. Zu Ihrem Vorteil.
Karl Albrecht steps onto a small stage. He's about to give a rare public speech. He talks to fellow grocers about how he and his brother grew their business from 1 to 30 stores within just a few years. It'll be the first and last time he publicly explains the Albrecht business model.
Looking back on our operations, I see that in the early days, we were forced to keep a small product range. The sales strategy includes only fast-moving consumer goods. The limited product range eliminates time-consuming consultations for our staff, and customers can decide much faster to either buy or not buy. For example, we don't carry loose jams, fresh fruits and vegetables because they slow down sales. We also skip canned fruits and vegetables and specialty items like mayonnaise, pickled herring, herring salad and so on because of turnover speed. We carry only one variety of each product. For legumes, we have just one type each, so only one kind of beans, one kind of lentils and one kind of rice. For shoe polish, we only carry Erdal, for toothpaste only Blendux and only Sigella for floor wicks and cans. So for brand products, we only ever carry the best-selling brand. We have followed this principle of small product ranges at low prices since 1950. The customer must believe they cannot buy cheaper anywhere else. Once that belief is in place, and I think we achieved just that, customers will accept about anything.
Damn.
Theo Albrecht spends most of his confinement sitting on the bed in his undershirt and briefs. He gets bread rolls for breakfast, steak with potatoes and beans for lunch, and coffee and pastries at tea time. The kidnappers offer him a warm meal for dinner, but he just wants sandwiches and mineral water. Every 2 days, he gets a hot bath and fresh underwear. He's allowed to shave with one of the kidnappers' razors. they took his suit and shirt to a dry cleaner, so it'll look decent on the day of his release. His captors dictate letters for him to write to his wife.
Dear Silly, you have heard from me by now. I want to assure you again that I'm doing fine and that I'm being treated fairly. Please don't worry, everything will be okay. I beg you not to call the police at any circumstance and to not involve the press. I'll explain the terms of my release later. Much love, your Theo.
4 days in, and the kidnappers still haven't addressed the ransom. Ullenberg keeps dodging the topic, saying it makes him uncomfortable. And just like that, another day goes by in captivity. Albrecht will later testify in court that during those days, he lived in constant fear for his life. Day 5, Saturday. Albrecht decides to take matters into his own hands.
Oh?
He proposes a ransom. By this time, Aldi is estimated to be generating 2 billion Deutsche Marks in yearly revenue. But the price tag he puts on his own life is considerably smaller, 100,000 Deutsche Marks.
Oh, but they don't know
that. It's a
that.
ridiculous offer, a joke. Then again, it's very on brand. Theo Albrecht is famously stingy. Daily business at the Albrecht stores is governed by a set of strict principles. 1. No heating. Employees are expected to dress warmly. 2. Lights off unless absolutely necessary.
Oh.
Theo Albrecht personally ensures compliance during frequent surprise rounds. 3. Zero waste. Every sheet of paper is used front and back. Plastic sleeves get reused. Paper clips and envelopes are meticulously saved. 4. No frills. No decoration, no pretty product displays, no fancy signage. Just fluorescent lighting and cardboard boxes stacked on plain shelves. 5. Speed,
they
or
still
what some may call German.
They still do that because the Aldi where I sometimes go to, they literally just have the pallets that they arrived in, just right there.
No chit-chat, no customer consultation, no service counters. Just rapid checkouts. Time is money. Even the bathrooms are optimized. Theo Albrecht has all electronic hand dryers replaced because they take 4 seconds too long to shut off. Refrigeration is too expensive as well. The butter that fueled Aldi's meteoric rise is sold at room temperature. At night, it's stored in a cool basement. All of this serves one goal and one goal only: rock-bottom prices, affordable for anyone.
Warum kann man bei Albrecht so preisgünstig einkaufen? Weil die Ladeneinrichtung nur einen Bruchteil des Üblichen kostet. Kein überflüssiger Luxus, aber zweckmäßig und sauber für moderne Menschen. Albrecht-Preise sind nicht durch hohe Einrichtungskosten belastet. Überzeugen Sie sich, kaufen Sie im Aldi-Markt.
The Albrecht grocery business eventually turns into Aldi, the discount giant that's also behind Trader Joe's. And Aldi becomes a force of nature, a retail machine that leverages its market power to squeeze suppliers and farmers for ever lower prices. The Albrecht brothers earn a reputation as brutally efficient negotiators. But right now, Theo Albrecht is not the one negotiating from a position of power. The guys across the table have a gun, and they're threatening to kill him. They flat out reject his initial offer. Ullenberg knows exactly how rich Albrecht is. He read about it in a book. That's how they picked him up in the first place.
They read about it.
Ullenberg tells Albrecht they need to consult with their partners. First, Kron heads into the next room for a call, then Ullenberg. The calls are fake. There's no one on the other end. They're bluffing to push the ransom. Ullenberg tells Albrecht he and his partners have agreed on a number. He says there are 7 people involved and that $1 million each would be fair. That makes 7 million. At this point, it's the largest sum ever demanded in a kidnapping in Europe. Ullenberg tells Albrecht not to worry. He can probably tax deduct the money as a business expense. Albrecht agrees. It's not like he really has a choice. By now, the kidnappers have worked out a plan for the ransom drop. On Tuesday at exactly 4 p.m., they'll call the Albrecht residence. Waiting on the other end will be the 4 people involved in the handover: Albrecht's wife, Silly, the family lawyer, the company's managing director, and one of his sons. They'll be given a first location, Meisenberg Street in Essen. There will be 2 stones with a note hidden underneath. The note will lead them to another location, where they'll find another note with another direction. The same thing will happen 2 more times. The final note will read,
Continue along the B288 toward Essen. Pull over at the parking lot near the Ruhrtal Bridge and use the deposited radio transmitter. Press the right button to say, Theo, come in please. Then follow the instructions you'll receive over the radio.
Kron will guide them via walkie-talkie to a path in the woods. There they're supposed to drop the money and leave. When the coast is clear, Kron will grab the ransom, and Albrecht will be released at Frankfurt Airport. They'll tell him they're leaving the country. Albrecht is told to board a plane back to Dusseldorf. Once he lands, he's a free man, and the kidnappers will have supposedly fled somewhere far away. It's a solid plan. Even Albrecht feels a bit relieved. Essen Police Headquarters. These are the 4 people awaiting the instructions for the ransom drop. At least they're supposed to look the part. They're actually 4 undercover detectives.
Oh!
They've been disguised by theater makeup artists. One of them is dressed as Mrs. Albrecht and wearing a wig. Underneath the costumes, they're hiding bulletproof vests and guns. They're standing by and waiting for the signal. Kron makes the call to the Albrecht residence. He says hello and is about to give the first set of instructions, and immediately gets cut off. Mrs. Albrecht was the one supposed to answer the call, but it's the family's lawyer on the line.
Please listen carefully. I have a brief but important statement to make. The conditions you have set are unacceptable. Money is the only viable exchange for the hostage. Since you demanded an unusually high amount of ransom money, we had to notify the state central bank. They in turn informed the police, and the press is also aware of the situation.
Oh.
We must act quickly now. Name a drop location and a reasonable amount. You will have our word. You will receive the money and be given enough time by the police to disappear.
Police and the press. That's the worst case scenario. Kron rejects and hangs up. The Albrecht family and the investigators are startled too. They've spooked the kidnappers and lost their trust. Theo Albrecht's life is still very much on the line. What now? This is Franz Hengsbach. He's the Bishop of Essen, and this is the city's chief of police. He desperately needs someone neutral that everyone can trust. The police, the family, and most importantly, the kidnappers. Someone who can be handed 7 million Deutschmarks and promise the kidnappers not to set them up. The plan is to use the Christian seal of confession. According to German criminal law, clergy are not obligated to report crimes they learn about during spiritual counsel. This will hopefully give the kidnappers a bit more assurance. Maybe they really can walk away clean. Which is why Bishop Hengsbach shall handle the money handoff and save Theo Albrecht's life.
What if he takes the
Hengsbach
money?
is a man of faith. Of course he agrees. The kidnappers also agree to the plan. Technically, everything is set for a clean and smooth handover. Technically. The press has known about the case for a while now, and agreed to keep quiet upon police request. But when they find out about the bishop becoming the middleman, they can't resist any longer. It's just too good of a story. The Essen police and prosecutors are forced to call a press conference. The room is packed.
Unser Verhältnis zur Familie ist, möchte ich sagen, aufgrund der merkwürdigen, teilweise sensationell aufgemachten Presseveröffentlichung etwas gestört. Die Familie ist naturgemäß sehr bedrückt.
Now it's not just the police anymore. The entire world knows what's happening. The bishop has been compromised. The kidnappers call off the meeting. It's too risky. The Albrecht family is desperate. They've lost all contact with the kidnappers. Will they harm Theo? Their last hope for communication is to include a message in a popular show on German national TV. Hannah is doing okay, but she's worried about her boyfriend. He hasn't been sleeping well and says work has been stressful lately. At least they can unwind in front of the TV.
Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Vor 11
Wait.
Tagen, am 29.
So, this person, this Hannah, is the girlfriend for the ones that kidnapped the Aldi person, correct? Like, is my understanding correct in this? Yeah? So she has she has a bit of an idea.
November haben
Or she,
bisher
no, I
unbekannte
think she
Täter
knows.
in der Nähe von Essen den Großkaufmann Theo Albrecht entführt. Sie verlangen ein Lösegeld von 7 Millionen Mark und einen Vorsprung von 24 Stunden. Da die Verbindung mit den Tätern in den letzten Stunden zusehends schlechter geworden ist, hat uns die Familie Albrecht gebeten, den Tätern, die diese Sendung heute Abend sicher sehen werden, folgende Nachricht zu übermitteln. Bitte bleiben Sie weiterhin mit dem Vermittler in Verbindung. Dieser wird niemanden über den Übergabeort und Zeit unterrichten. Nach Rückgabe des Entführten soll Theo Albrecht 24 Stunden bei dem Vermittler verbleiben. Dadurch sind Verfolgungsmaßnahmen für diese 24 Stunden ausgeschlossen. Bitte handeln Sie bald.
Business in Germany keeps booming, and Karl Albrecht sets his sights on expansion. In 1967, his branch of the business called Aldi Süd takes its first steps abroad, buying up Austrian supermarket chain Hofer with 30 shops. His brother Theo follows suit 6 years later, opening the first Aldi Nord store in the Dutch city of Rotterdam. Soon they expand to Belgium and France, conquering Europe one country at a time. But right now, Karl Albrecht has to take a very different kind of call. He's on the phone with one of the men who has kidnapped his brother, and the guy is furious. The ransom drop-off has to happen, now, clean and fast. They settle on a new time and place. The kidnappers agree to let Bishop Hengsbach deliver the money after all. Albrecht is to stay with him for 24 hours after the exchange. No police. Any interference could be fatal. Karl Albrecht agrees. Back at the office, Kron returns with the good news. The deal is back on. But Ollenberg has other concerns. He knows the police are recording their calls. He's been obsessing over security and telling his accomplice countless times to take precautions. So just to be sure, he asks Kron if he really changed his voice. Kron shrugs, awkwardly. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of? Kind of?
Day 17 of the abduction.
That's so reassuring.
Tonight's the night. The handover is finally supposed to happen. Theo Albrecht in exchange for 7 million Deutsche Marks. A lonely dirt road just off the highway. There's an overpass and 2 exit roads close by. Perfect escape conditions. The kidnappers arrive. Albrecht is wearing skin patches over his eyelids, sunglasses, and an old hat from Ollenberg. They had a glass of sparkling wine to mark the occasion. Ollenberg even gave Albrecht 2 parting gifts. The 3 step out and wait for over an hour. Is this a setup after all? Finally, a Volkswagen rolls up with Essen plates. The 2 men step out in clerical coats. One of them is unmistakably Bishop Hengsbach. The family fears a double cross. What if this is not the real Theo? What if the kidnappers pass off a decoy and run off with the money? So the bishop has to test him, with 3 questions dictated by Theo's wife. What kind of wood is Albrecht's new bedroom wardrobe made of?
What if he doesn't know that?
That damn wardrobe. What was the name of that wood again? He gives his answer, but the bishop shakes his head. Wrong. The second question is about an acquaintance they made during vacation. He gets that one right, and the third one too. All right, close enough. This has to be the real Theo Albrecht. The bishop and his driver get the money from the car, 7 million Deutsche Marks in cash, wrapped like Christmas presents. Ollenberg and Kron wish them Merry Christmas, hand over the Aldi founder, and vanish. No one follows them. They did it. They're now multi-millionaires.
What's the catch? Wait, they didn't open... Did they not
open?
Germany's
most wanted criminals.
In welcher Verfassung sind Sie vorgestern entlassen worden?
Also ich bin gesund. Ich bin natürlich sehr, sehr müde. Es hat mich ziemlich strapaziert.
Hatten Sie während der Zeit der Gefangenschaft daran geglaubt, dass dieser Fall gut ausgeht?
Also ich habe die Hoffnung nicht untergehen lassen.
Haben Sie mit den Entführern Gespräche führen können über menschliche Dinge oder nur über die Tat?
Ich habe praktisch kaum mit den Entführern gesprochen.
Theo Albrecht is a free man. 17 days after his abduction, he's finally back. He just keeps doing what he does best, expand his empire. In 1979, he sets his sights on the US market and buys Trader Joe's. Then he enforces the same principles that made Aldi so successful: a limited product range, strong private labels, and aggressive pricing. The formula works. Trader Joe's grows from a quirky Californian chain into a nationwide cold supermarket with hundreds of locations and billions in revenue. His brother had already opened the first US Aldi store 3 years earlier. Theo operates under the banner of his branch, Aldi Nord, and Karl under Aldi Süd. They're technically competitors, but with different customer bases. Today, Aldi is the fastest growing grocery retailer in the US.
Fuck yeah,
and the main
they
reason
are.
people shop there is the same as ever.
It's the price.
Unbeatable prices.
Aldi doesn't play pricing games on USDA choice beef. They have low prices every day.
Damn.
Hannah is waiting for her boyfriend. She's packed his suitcase. He said he was going on vacation without her. And now he's late.
Oh my gosh. She's the reason why they get caught. There's no way.
Maybe he's seeing someone else. When he finally gets home, his shoes are soaking and his pants are covered in mud.
Huh?
How would you get your pants that dirty at a downtown office? But Ollenberg can't exactly tell her that he just pulled off a spectacular kidnapping, and that his pants are dirty because he just...
Wait, so she doesn't know.
...buried 1.5 million Deutsche Marks in the woods. So he just says nothing. His thoughts are already elsewhere anyway, with his other girlfriend, his one true love, the woman he plans to run away with, all the way to the other side of the world, where they'll use that money to start a new life. But Hannah will soon find out what those dirty pants were really about. Paul Kron is at his sister's house. Her husband is there too. They're having coffee and cake and the TV is on, with sound.
Da handelt es sich zunächst einmal, meine Damen und Herren, um ein Gespräch zwischen einem Familienmitglied und einem der Entführer. Bitte hören Sie einmal zu.
So it's true. The police really did record the phone call between Kron and Karl Albrecht. Now the city's district attorney is playing it to the German press. He's hoping to get help from the public, that someone out there will recognize the kidnapper's voice.
Wir können das Geld ja nur hier irgendwo im Kohlenpott in Empfang nehmen.
Ja, nein, hören Sie zu.
Und dann,
Herr Dr. Meier. Herr Dr. Meier.
Ja.
Merken Sie denn nicht, dass wir den Bruder haben wollen und bereit sind, das Geld zu geben?
Wissen Sie, Ihr Bruder verliert langsam die Nerven.
Ich verstehe das.
Er möchte gerne nach Hause.
Ich verstehe das.
Er kann nichts anderes tun als schreiben.
Kron's sister instantly recognizes her brother's voice.
Oh,
no doubt about it. He's the Aldi kidnapper the entire country is looking for. That's a tough thing to explain over coffee and cake. Kron doesn't even try. He just gets up and leaves.
Oh.
Hannah recognizes the voice too. Ollenberg has invited Kron over for dinner many times. She knows exactly who that is. A small electronics store in Dusseldorf. The shopkeeper turns on the TV just to catch a segment of a show called Here and Today. They're also playing the recording of the Aldi's kidnapper's voice, and it sounds very familiar. Just the day before, a man with that exact voice had come in to pay off his installment plan. He even bought a stereo system for 3,400 Deutsche Marks on top. The shopkeeper calls the police. Before the handoff, investigators had written down the serial numbers of all 500 Deutsche Mark bills in the ransom bundle.
Oh.
3 of those bills were used in the electronics store. It's a match. Paul Kron is arrested 2 days later, but the second kidnapper is still a mystery, and still at large.
Oh, shit.
Peter Spohr is a young police trainee working toward his detective badge. Right now, he's doing an internship with the Essen Criminal Police. This is his mentor, Chief Inspector Friedhelm Meise. They're sitting in a lawyer's office on the 4th floor of the Graf Adolf Street 45. It's run by the lawyer representing Paul Kron. It's not exactly a hot lead for the 2 policemen. The more exciting assignments had already been snatched up by others. There's a pub downstairs on the ground floor of the building. Good cops think strategically. So first a beer, and then a plan. Theo Albrecht never knew where exactly he had been held, but he told the police every detail he could remember. An elevator in the stairwell, a narrow bathroom with a double sink and a broken extractor fan, the sound of streetcars passing by, and a bell chiming at regular intervals. The policeman sees a streetcar passing by outside the lawyer's office.
Wait, they figured
then
it out?
They hear the church bell of a nearby convent, just like in Albrecht's description.
Oh my!
They peek into the building stairwell. Bingo, an elevator. So they check out the construction plan from the city's building department. The bathroom is long and narrow. They get a warrant to search the office. Everything inside exactly matches Albrecht's memories. Meanwhile, Kron starts to crack.
Paul Kron hat gesungen. Bezichtigt Heinz-Joachim Ollenburg als Haupttäter der Entführung, der ihn mit 10.000 Mark abgespeist hat. Doch der Vogel ist ausgeflogen.
Wasn't the guy like a recruit?
This is Blondie, a 19-year-old legal assistant. She's waiting for her boyfriend at Wuppertal Central Station.
No way. She's gonna figure something out.
She hasn't seen him in weeks, but he promised her something big.
Oh,
a
no,
luxury
this
vacation in Mexico to celebrate that she successfully passed her training. 2 full weeks. Heinz-Joachim Ollenburg is on the run. He knows the cops have already picked up Kron. It's only a matter of time before they find out that he's the second Aldi kidnapper. Ollenburg and Blondie have known each other for over a year. When she spent a few months working from the US, he started killing time with Hannah, but his heart always belonged to Blondie. They're madly in love with each other. Now they're on their way to Frankfurt Airport.
She's also 19 only.
Back in Essen,
That's
Hannah has no
crazy.
idea. She's alone at home when suddenly the police is at her door. They're looking for Ollenburg. They seize this photo. It will become the official manhunt photo. Once they realize Ollenburg has left the country, the case goes global. The picture is sent to Interpol and investigators in over 100 countries. Ollenburg is now one of the most wanted men on the planet.
Oh, shit.
And Hannah finally learns the truth. That her charming lover owes her over 300,000 marks. That he kidnapped the founder of Aldi, locked him up in his office, and then came home to her every night as if nothing happened. All while secretly planning his escape, with a girl from Wuppertal he's been sleeping with all this time. Shortly after, Hannah walks into a police station and hands them her boyfriend's dirty pants. Maybe there's something on them that will help them bring him down. A luxury
DNA.
hotel in Mexico City. Ollenburg and Blondie have spent a quiet first night together. Now he's supposed to plan their next days. But deep down, he's thinking about something else. He could tell Blondie everything, the whole story. They could run, first to Cuba, a country that surely doesn't extradite to Germany, and then disappear to some remote Pacific island. But would Blondie really leave everything behind for him? Her whole life, her family? It's 12 a.m. now, and Blondie is waiting for her boyfriend in the hotel lobby. She's coming off a travel group meeting. He said he'd freshen up for lunch and meet her downstairs, but he doesn't show up. Turns out her boyfriend has just been arrested by agents of the Mexican Federal Police.
Oh.
Paul Cron has thrown him under the bus. Blondie is stunned, unable to process what's happening. But all signs point to a shocking truth. Her boyfriend is the mastermind behind the spectacular kidnapping of Theo Albrecht, the crime that's been dominating headlines in Germany for weeks. So much for her vacation. They're on the flight back to Europe when she confesses her love. She'll wait for him even if he ends up going to jail.
Erst am 1. Januar 1972 kehrt aus Mexiko abgeschoben, mehr oder weniger freiwillig zurück, mit seiner Begleiterin aus Wuppertal. Ollenburg hat heute Mittag ein Geständnis abgelegt. Was fehlt, sind die 7 Millionen Mark Lösegeld.
Heinz Joachim Ollenburg is sentenced to 8.5 years in prison. Aldi stands for a promise. We'll do everything we can to make sure you pay as little as possible. For millions of people living from paycheck to paycheck around the globe, that promise is a lifeline. At Aldi, they're able to afford things they otherwise couldn't. But that promise comes at a cost. Workers operate under enormous pressure because in Aldi stores, every second counts. According to one report, cashiers are expected to scan 55 items per minute.
That's
Customers
crazy.
can barely keep up with bagging. Low prices means high pressure, not just for staff, but also for manufacturers, suppliers, and farmers. If you want to work with Aldi, you have to deliver. Aldi and other discounters wield staggering market power. They can just raise food prices without passing profits down the supply chain to producers and farmers. Farming businesses in particular have long been criticizing unfair business practices. Many say they're at the mercy of the retailer's whims. Theo Albrecht's brilliant and often brutal methods made him one of the richest people on earth. He ranked 31st on the corresponding Forbes list by the time he died. The kidnapping left a mark, though. Albrecht pretty much disappeared from the public after that. He really did try to write off the ransom as a business expense. The tax office in Dusseldorf declined. Half of the ransom money has never been recovered. Kron claimed he only ever got 10,000 marks. Ollenburg also played dumb, but some believe he lived off the rest of the ransom after having served his time. Whether Blondie really waited for him all those years, we may never know.
That's crazy. It's only business? Yeah, it's like, oh, I got kidnapped. We gotta write it down for tax deductible. It's like, what the hell? That was good video. Good video. I like it. Let's see. Massive hack. Oh, Minecraft scammers. I think I've heard about this before.
A Twitter employee is getting an unexpected phone call. The caller claims to be from Twitter's internal help desk. He explains there are issues with the company's VPN connection. Apparently, it's been happening a lot lately. The Twitter employee logs in again. He enters his credentials, username, password. Then he just needs to confirm the login on his phone. Done. Everything seems to be working now. The help desk person sounds pleased and wishes him a nice evening.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Graham hangs up. He cannot believe how easy that was. He doesn't work for the help desk, and definitely not for Twitter. He's 17, drives a white BMW, has a high-end gaming setup, and wears a Rolex covered in gemstones.
Alienware,
He's pulled off a few
Alienware.
scams before, but this one will be the biggest hack of his life, by far. Graham is about to drag the Twitter team into a nerve-wracking game of cat and mouse. With a small crew, he'll hijack the accounts of some of the most famous people
I remember this, and they were selling like Twitter handles, right?
on the planet. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Kanye West, Mr. Beast. He'll even break into the account of the man who just a few years later will end up buying Twitter. By the time it's all over, Graham will be sitting on a stash of Bitcoin, and it will all go down in just over 24 hours. This is the wild story of the biggest hack in Twitter's history.
A fake tweet
Be a major security breach at Twitter.
with ties to a Florida
Responds to the most high-profile hack in
Twitter history.
It's 2016. A 13-year-old kid is sitting in his bedroom in Tampa, Florida, playing Minecraft.
We love
His
Minecraft.
name is Graham Ivan Clark. He's playing Minecraft in hardcore mode, 1 death and it's game over. On YouTube, Graham goes by the name Open. In his videos, he talks about being homeschooled and how he doesn't have many friends. His parents split up when he was 7. He's raised by his mom along with his sister. Minecraft is his escape, a way to get away from real life. It doesn't take long for Graham to start bending the rules.
This video is about a scammer, a liar, and just someone that is pretty scummy. You guys probably know him already. It's Open.
Graham, aka Open, makes money selling rare Minecraft skins and flashy usernames. The catch, he never actually delivers them. According to him, by 2017, he's pulling $5,000 a month. He's only 14.
This guy's
but scamming a few Minecraft noobs isn't enough for him. He wants more.
Hey, he made cash.
In 2018, Graham starts getting interested in crypto and stumbles across a forum called OG Users. OG Users is a shady corner of the internet. It's a forum to discuss and buy rare online usernames. It's crawling with hackers and scammers. They trade stolen or hacked online accounts. For $1,500, you could buy the late XXXTentacion's old Minecraft account or get a clean Twitter handle, like @Beers. Graham signs up under the name Graham $sign and gets banned just 4 days later. Again, he took money, but never delivered. But in his few days on the forum, something else grabbed his attention.
Oh?
A new kind of scam. SIM swapping.
Oh no.
An AT&T store in the center of Boston. Tech investor Greg Bennett has a problem. He's lost his phone. Luckily, the store rep can help. In cases like this, mobile carriers can transfer your number from the lost SIM card to a new one. All Greg has to do is show some ID, and the process gets started. It takes a little while though, so the man leaves the store while it's being handled. The only thing is that man wasn't Greg Bennett, not even close.
And so it looks like somebody walked into a store and said they were me to an employee who was a collaborator, then swap out give them a phone with a new SIM card, and then wiped out my SIM card in that process.
This is the real Greg Bennett. He shared his story on the Cybercrime Magazine podcast.
That's crazy.
And his case is by far not the only one. Most of the time, the scammers don't even have to walk into a store. They just call the mobile provider's customer service line, pretend to be someone else, and talk their way in. The next day, the real Greg Bennett is at home in Seattle, sitting with his son, talking business, when suddenly his phone stops working.
There's no cell signal, no nothing. And I notice also that I'm having trouble. I'm working on trying to get into my email accounts, and I can't get into my email accounts either. So I'm now thinking very bad things.
While Bennett's on the phone with AT&T trying to figure out what's going on, the scammers have already taken over his phone number. Since two-factor authentication is often tied to a phone number, getting access to that number means getting access to all other accounts.
All these folks have to do is use your email address to try to log on to these accounts, and then say forgot password.
Reset.
So then the password reset is sent to your text, which is now controlled by another phone that you don't have.
So the fraudsters now have access to his emails, his bank accounts, and his crypto accounts. 164 Bitcoin gets stolen from Bennett's wallet. Back then, they were worth around $856,000. Today, it would be well over $10 million. Authorities
so much
were able to
talk
recover
about.
100 of the stolen Bitcoin, but 64 are still missing to this day. Maybe there were multiple people involved, but in the end, only one suspect was ever identified.
It was a 17-year-old with an accomplice who was very good on a computer, and they were actually very good, very efficient. I got to give them some credit for how good they were.
Because the suspect was still a minor at the time, he wasn't arrested, but there is evidence pointing to the teenage hacker behind the attack. During the scam, Bennett received an extortion message. It was signed with Scrim, reportedly one of the online aliases used by Graham Evan Clark. According to the New York Times, additional evidence links Graham to the attack. For one, afterwards he suddenly started living large. He moved into his own apartment, bought a BMW and a Rolex. And before turning 18, Graham wants to pull off his biggest stunt yet. Among his targets is none other than the man who would one day become the richest person on the
Elon
planet.
Muskers.
Everything Graham needs for the hack, he taught himself, learning by doing. But you don't just need to take on the richest man in the world to level up your problem-solving skills. You can just use Brilliant, the hands-on learning platform
I bought
teaches
30.
through interactive fun challenges. Like here, with their class on programming with functions, how to make the green duck disappear. Use a simple function. Done. It's 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. That's how you can teach yourself to code, or dive into math, science, data, or just sharper thinking overall. Scan the QR code now, or head to brilliant.org/fern to start
I
learning new
subscribed
skills
10
with Brilliant.
times.
With
Oh
our
my
link, you'll
goodness.
get 20% off the annual subscription, giving you unlimited access to everything on Brilliant. About 24 hours before he gets hacked, the Tesla CEO is busy on Twitter, handling customer support.
Should do this automatically.
Around the same time, Graham is sitting in front of his PC in Tampa. His
Is that still possible to pull this type of stuff off with 2FAs still? Because I'd be surprised if it is, especially after this.
plan is to sell rare usernames and access to Twitter accounts, just like people do every day on OG users. He figures each account could go for thousands of dollars, but instead of hacking individual users, Graham chooses the easier route. He wants to come at them from the inside. He picks a new nickname for this mission, Kirk, like the captain from Star Trek. Time to get a crew. He messages what appears to be his first collaborator on Discord. His name is Lowell. Graham claims he works at Twitter and has internal access. We don't know exactly who Lowell is, but the New York Times spoke with him and confirmed he worked with Graham. Most likely Graham brought him in to help sell the stolen accounts. Over the next few hours, their group will grow to at least 5 people. Then Phase 1 begins. Graham must have been preparing for this moment for weeks. We know that from court records. He used LinkedIn to dig up contact info for Twitter employees. That's his entry point. Now he's going to call them. A 17-year-old kid wearing a Rolex.
Hi, this is Eric from the help desk. You're having issues with your VPN connection?
Graham gets a few Twitter employees on the phone. Some get suspicious. A few even report a call to Twitter's fraud monitoring team. But one employee stays on the line and believes he's really talking to someone from the help desk.
Okay, so your VPN's acting up? I'll send you a new link. Hang on. Try this one instead.
Graham sends the employee a fake login page. When the employee types in his credentials, Graham does the exact same thing, but in the real VPN login form. Now all he needs is the two-factor authentication code. Graham triggers the 2FA request. The code gets sent via SMS to the employee, who then enters it into the fake login page. Done. Graham is in. Phase 1 is underway. Through the VPN connection, he's essentially inside the Twitter employee's computer. The question now, how does he get to the backend, the place where he can reset access to individual Twitter accounts? Graham starts poking around, but it turns out this particular employee doesn't have the right permissions. From here, Graham can't access account credentials. So Graham digs deeper into Twitter's internal network. He is trying to understand the system, reading through countless internal messages. There has to be something useful here. Then, jackpot. He finds the login details for someone in Twitter's legal department. That's his way in. The legal department has deep access, and now so does Graham. With just a few clicks, he can now take over any Twitter account he wants. It's simple. Change the registered email to his own, or to the buyer's. Set a new password. Done. Now Graham needs buyers. Phase 2 begins. But there's a problem. Graham's reputation on OG users, the perfect marketplace for rare handles, is trash. No one's going to buy anything from him. So he needs middlemen, dealers. Lowell has been on board since yesterday. Today, Che-Wan joins the crew. Che-Wan is 19 years old and lives on the south coast of England. His real name is Mason Shepard. Not long after, Rolex signs on. He's 22, from Orlando, Florida. His real name is Nima Fazeli. Graham
Is
probably
that
doesn't tell either of them
hentai?
the
Oh
full
my
story.
goodness.
His real name is
What the
Nima Fazeli.
heck? Oh my. Or is that AI?
Graham probably doesn't tell either of them the full story. He claims, just like he told Lowell, that he works for Twitter, maybe to gain their trust. Because unlike Graham, both Che-Wan and Rolex have solid reputations on OG users. On Wednesday morning, Che-Wan posts this on OG users. From $2,500 to $3,000, you can buy any Twitter account. Che-Wan even name drops some past customers, supposedly people who've already bought from him successfully. Payment is Bitcoin only, and no small talk. Buyers are told not to start the chat with "Hey," just drop the handle they want and make an offer. Serious offers are discussed with Graham over Discord. 1359, Che-Wan.
5K for @XX, 3K at dark. Let me know. Guy wants them. Also, is @vampire doable?
It's the video, chat. It's the video. Settle
Later
down.
that
Settle
day, a
down.
potential buyer seems to become part of the crew. Joe. His real name is Joseph O'Connor. He's British too, and 21 at the time. He knows his way around SIM swapping, and is rumored to have been involved in an earlier hack of Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. His exact role isn't clear, but Joe does post a tweet that shows that he's on the inside. It's Twitter's admin tools. Twitter takes it down shortly after it's posted. Behind the scenes, the platform has already started investigating. Since early that morning, they've been looking into strange calls from people claiming to be help desk staff. By now, suspicious login attempts are piling up. It's becoming clear this wasn't just a prank call. Someone is deep inside the system. For Graham, the clock is ticking. It's only a matter of time before Twitter catches on and shuts him out. So he comes up with an idea, a way to squeeze even more money out of the hack. Enter Phase 3. Graham sets his sights on the crypto community. By mid-2020, the economy is in freefall because of the COVID pandemic. Stock markets are down, and so is crypto.
Cryptocurrency's plunging right.
So Graham launches a website, cryptoforhealth.com. To help people in these hard times, he makes an irresistible promise. Send Bitcoin to his wallet, and Crypto for Health will send back double, just like that. His new plan is simple: convince people to send him money voluntarily. Now he just has to promote the platform, and he has the best tool to do so.
Oh no.
Graham gains access to the accounts of several crypto influencers and platforms. The first tweet goes out from the account Angelo BTC. Then come at least 10 more, all from well-known names in the crypto space. For the next 2 hours, he tweets almost non-stop from major crypto companies' accounts: Binance, Gemini, Coinbase, Ripple, and more. Then at 4:15 p.m., he takes it to the next level. Graham stops using the Crypto for Health link. Now he tweets his Bitcoin address directly. He wants more reach, so he leaves the crypto space behind and targets one of the biggest influencers on Twitter. At exactly 4:17 p.m., Musk's account tweets that he wants to give back to his 37 million followers in the spirit of COVID relief. But Graham doesn't stop there. Next up, Bill Gates, with over 50 million followers. Then Kanye West, 30 million. Jeff Bezos, Mr. Beast, Barack Obama, Joe Biden. Even
Barack
corporations
Obama.
like Apple and Uber. In total, Graham breaches over 130 Twitter accounts, blasting his crypto scam from 45 of them. Millions see the messages. So do the Twitter employees.
Security incident impacting accounts on Twitter. We are investigating and taking steps to fix it. We will update everyone shortly.
Graham tweets, Twitter deletes, and with every passing minute, Graham's Bitcoin wallet grows fatter. Most people see through the scam, but many others fall for it. To stretch the reach even further, Graham reposts from the same accounts multiple times. The last tweet goes out from Kim Kardashian's account. Meanwhile, the others in his crew are still selling usernames for a few $1,000s each.
I put 1K minimum. Let's say that's for non-OG. 2.5K minimum for OG.
1K min for all is fine.
He said he'll do those for 20.
Sounds good. You can trust me by now. I need email for all.
22K including criminal?
Okay. Send me full list of emails, and the 22K to my addy.
But these will be the last sales they make. Twitter is finally about to shut the whole thing down.
Oh shit.
On Wednesday evening, no one at Twitter is thinking about going home. Someone is inside their system, reading Slack messages, accessing sensitive credentials, and flooding the platform with scam tweets. Things are spiraling out of control, so Twitter pulls the plug.
You may be unable to tweet or reset your password while we review and address this incident.
The platform limits core functionality across the board. Many
Wait.
verified accounts can't post.
So does that mean they have all the data just sitting there and they can't do anything about it? So if they have trails, they can't even delete the trail. That's insane.
They can't change passwords. Every account
Right?
that had changed his password in the last 30 days is locked out as well.
Oh,
Twitter is
shit.
trying to cut the attackers off completely. And it works. Graham can no longer change passwords, sell usernames, or push his crypto scam. Internally, Twitter starts killing all active VPN sessions, one by one. Every employee is forced offline, including Graham. The hack is over, and slowly a full picture of the fallout begins to emerge. In the scramble, Twitter didn't just silence celebrities. They also locked out news outlets and even the National Weather Service, which missed posting a tornado warning. By late that night, many accounts started working again, but some will stay offline for longer. Elon won't post for 3 days, highly unusual. On the other side of the world in England, Chaewon wakes up.
So what's been Twitter's response?
All verified accounts, locked in essentially.
Details on how this
It's likely the first time he realizes the full scale of what just happened. The others probably feel the same, except for Lowell, who had already started getting suspicious of Graham earlier in the day.
Oh shit.
Later that night, Che-Wan sends him a disappointed DM.
I'm not sad, more just annoyed. I mean, he only made 20 Bitcoin.
Graham reportedly walked away with up to $180,000. Authorities alerted
That's still
major
a lot.
crypto platforms. They blocked the wallets tied to Graham, preventing an estimated $1.5 million in additional planned transactions. Tracking the attackers down doesn't take long. Che-Wan and Rolex are traced via OG users, linked emails on their crypto accounts, and matching IP addresses. We don't know exactly how they got Graham. His case was sealed due to him being a minor at the time. But just 2 weeks after the hack, authorities make their move.
Today I am making a charging announcement on the Twitter hack. The first defendant is Mason Shepard, also known as Che-Wan, age 19, of Bognor Regis in the United Kingdom. The second defendant is Nima Fazeli, also known as Rolex, age 22, of Orlando, Florida. The third defendant is a juvenile who we will not further identify.
Because of COVID, Graham's hearing takes place over Zoom, and it quickly descends into chaos.
They
Zoom
hack.
bombers hijack the call, blasting rap music and explicit content.
I'm gonna end this.
In spring 2021, Graham was sentenced to 3 years in a juvenile detention facility. He cooperated with authorities, avoiding an adult conviction. His 229 days of pretrial detention count towards his sentence. As of February 2023, he's out on 3 years of probation. What happened to Nima Fazeli, Rolex, isn't entirely clear. Some reports say he served 3 years in prison. Others point to ongoing negotiations or a possible plea deal. Mason still lives in the UK. According to the BBC, he was never arrested or extradited to the US. If he's ever brought to trial in the States, he faces up to 20 years in prison.
20 years.
Joe was arrested a year after the Twitter hack in Spain. He was sentenced to 5 years, not for the Twitter hack, but for earlier crimes. According to him, his only involvement in this case was buying a handle for $10,000. Lowell was never caught. Graham was the mastermind behind the hack, but he wasn't a brilliant hacker. The foundation of the attack was simple social engineering. He manipulated the employee and used basic phishing tactics. With surprisingly little skill, he managed to collect money from thousands of unsuspecting people. Had authorities not acted so quickly, he could have stolen much more. His posts reached millions. Without fully realizing it, Graham held something incredibly powerful in his hands. Massive reach on a platform that plays a major role in shaping public discourse. Today, more than ever. Definitely something that shouldn't be abused.
Monkas. That was a good video. Good video. Okay, let's see. What time is it? 9:24. Okay, I'm gonna end a little bit early so I can get ready to clean up and just get my VR ready so that I can do VR streams again soon. Because I have to do a lot of cleanup. Okay, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed your stay. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it may be. And yeah, I already ate, so I don't have to worry about that. Goes well? It's mostly done. I just have to mostly do my the trackers and the dongles and such, because since I moved my arrangement around, yeah, everything's pretty much changed. So yeah. Okay, bye. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Mwah. And thank you for the follows, the subs, and the resubs and such. I greatly appreciate it. Mwah, mwah, mwah.